I've been covering some serious topics the past couple months. Let's take a step back and cover something light but fun. I've been working behind the scenes in boxing for 5 years now.
What's up, man?
What's up, oh my guy? What's up, brother? How are you?
Good, good.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
From time to time, you come across some crazy-ass stories. This story particularly was among my favorite, with recent news with Khan calling out Floyd and stating that Mayweather avoided him. While going by this tall tale here, I'm not entirely sure about that. So let's talk about how Floyd Mayweather got back at Khan and finessed him to have a $10 million payday. So this story here was told to me by a guy who I won't release his name. I will call him Mr. Big. Mr. Big had many stories during his time working behind the scenes in boxing and was associated with many of the rising stars and up-and-coming fighters and their teams of the previous decade and then some. Back in late 2015, early 2016, Mr. Big was telling me this story why Mayweather would not have a fight with Amir Khan. Just to make things clear, Mr. Big is a Khan supporter. But the fight not happening had to do with an exclusive design of Reebok boxing boots. Yeah, sounds like the most ridiculous thing, but this guy was dead fucking serious. It was about shoes. Now if you didn't know, Mayweather is a giant sneakerhead. This bad blood started during the peak of Khan's career when he had massive clout. Now Khan was trash talking Floyd then, but that's just promotion. Business, nothing personal, despite it being a little bit slanderous. Reebok had a deal with Khan to where he had his own exclusive boxing boots. Either he wore during fights or during training. Big name boxers get this all the time, most notably Roy Jones Jr. and his Jordans. This design was exclusively for Amir Khan. With only Khan's permission, not Reebok's, that party can receive his design. Floyd reached out to Khan on the personal level and requested permission from him if he can receive these shoes, and most likely would offer a lot of money in return. I don't know what was going through Khan's head at the time. Maybe he was doing this as a tactic to get under Floyd's head if they were ever to fight, and he denied Floyd's request to use his designed shoe. Khan hit low where it hurts most for a wealthy sneakerhead that can purchase any shoe in the world by denying him. Well, that struck a nerve with Floyd, and he may not be able to get back at him now, but in due time, he will. So fast forward, Khan loses all of his clout and then some against Peterson and Garcia. He is forced to move up to welterweight, the division Floyd rules, and he also signed to Al Haymon, since all the talent at 140 to 147 is with Al. By the crack of 2014, Khan had made his way up to number 3 in the world rankings. He was ranked number 3, holding the international title, and ranked number 1 by the WBC and was holding the silver title. Khan became Mayweather's mandatory opponent, so this whole time, Khan was thinking he was going to get some of that Mayweather sweepstakes money and fight Floyd. Nope. Floyd, knowing the game, and Haymon, knowing the game even better, decided to unify. He fought Marcos Maidana, the recently crowned WBA welterweight champion, for his title. Due to public demand, a rematch was granted. So furthermore, Khan is still waiting, thinking this Floyd fight is coming soon. After the Maidana rematch, you were hearing plenty of talks and teases that a Floyd and Khan fight was happening, but obviously it never happened. Then in fall of 2014, Pacquiao fight talks were being made and then ultimately coming to a deal and announcement in early 2015. Once again, a unification, which doesn't require for you to fight your mandatory if you're trying to get a unification made. That is how Stevenson was able to not fight his mandatory for 5 years. Floyd wins and fights Andre Berto, who became the interim WBA champion for Floyd's belt against Josecito Lopez earlier that year. Chess, not checkers. Floyd doesn't have to fight Khan, though he is the mandatory. The WBC rules you can make one mandatory defense a year, and since Floyd unified titles during all those periods, with that belt on the line, he is exempted for that year. Floyd makes his final defense of both belts against Berto and retires. Floyd just made Khan wait 2 years for a fight that would never happen. You can look at BoxRec after Khan's fight with Algieri in May of 2015. After the May Pac fight, there's a huge gap. He didn't fight again till 2016. That whole time, dude thought he was getting a Floyd fight till Floyd announced his retirement. That is the ultimate checkmate. In conclusion to this story, Khan had earned the right to fight Floyd, but he didn't earn the privilege If you're a Khan fan, this is awful to hear. If you're a Mayweather fan, or someone who plain don't like Khan for whatever reason, this is highway comedy. If this story is true, that would be insane. And on top of that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. For more videos like these, be sure to like, and if you're new, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram for more video updates, memes, boxing news, boxing politics, whatever. I'm Office Honcho, and I'm out.